All right, so you're getting ready to launch your brand new website. Super exciting stuff, but of course you want the whole internet to be able to find it,
Exactly. And that's where SEO comes in.
which can feel like a whole other world, especially if you're launching a brand new site.
Yeah, it can feel like everyone's speaking a different language.
But that's why we're here, to break it all down.
Today we're doing a deep dive into setting your new site up for SEO success in 2024.
We've gone through tons of expert advice, all the latest research, to give you a clear roadmap.
So you can avoid common pitfalls and really hit the ground running
It's kind of like we're handing you the keys to a brand new car.
in a GPS to navigate the world of SEO.
I like that analogy. So where do we even begin with this whole SEO thing?
Well, it might sound basic, but our sources were super clear about this keyword research.
Before you even think about design or writing a single word of content.
Exactly.
All
It's
right.
tempting to just jump into the fun stuff.
Oh, I know.
But trust me, on this one, keyword research is absolutely essential right from the get-go.
Okay, I'm convinced. So why is keyword research so important, especially for a brand new website?
Because it tells you what your target audience is actually searching for.
So instead of guessing what people are typing into Google,
You're using data to understand their exact words and phrases.
which is especially important for a new site that's trying to stand out in a crowded online world,
Right. You're essentially figuring out how to speak your audience's language
so you can connect with them on a deeper level.
and rank higher in search results so they can actually find you.
So it's like you're speaking Google's language too.
Exactly. And one of the best ways to do that, especially when you're starting out, is by focusing on something called long-tail keywords.
Long tail keywords, that sounds kind of technical. What exactly does that mean?
It's actually pretty simple. Long-tail keywords are longer, more specific phrases that people type into search engines.
Can you give us an example?
Sure. Instead of just targeting the keyword vegan restaurant, which is super broad and competitive.
Everyone's going for that one.
Exactly. You could target something like best late-night vegan restaurant downtown.
Which is much more specific and likely to attract people who are already in the mood for vegan food.
And in the neighborhood. Our research showed that websites ranking for long-tail keywords experience conversion rates up to 36% higher.
Wow, 36%. Okay, that's huge. It makes sense, though. Those are the people really looking for exactly what you offer and with less competition.
Your new site has a real shot at standing out.
So keyword research check. What's next on our SEO roadmap?
Now, we've got to make sure your site is structured in a way that both humans and search engines understand.
Wait, so you're saying Google can't appreciate a stunning website design the way we can?
Sadly, no. As much as we'd like to believe Google has good taste.
It definitely has its priorities straight.
Your site needs a clear, organized hierarchy. Think of it like a department store.
You wouldn't hide the shoes in the furniture section.
Exactly. Each page should be easy to find, ideally within 3 clicks from the homepage.
Makes sense. And speaking of finding things easily, that's where those clean URLs come in, right?
You got it. Our sources mention those a lot.
What makes a URL clean, exactly? I mean, I have a feeling it's not just about dusting off the keyboard.
Definitely not. A clean URL uses clear, descriptive words that are directly related to the page content.
So instead of a bunch of random numbers and symbols,
You'd have something like, your website can vegan chocolate chip cookies.
okay, that makes way more sense, and it's way more clickable.
Exactly. It's not just about aesthetics either. It actually improves user experience, helps Google understand what the page is about, and can even boost those all-important click-through rates.
It's all about making it easy for people and search engines to find their way around.
Right. Speaking of which, have you ever heard of a sitemap?
A sitemap? Is that like a treasure map, but for my website?
Kind of. Think of it like a blueprint of your website that lists all the important pages.
So it tells Google, hey, this is what I'm all about. Come and explore.
Exactly. Having a sitemap helps Google crawl and index your content more efficiently.
So no actual drawing required.
Nope. Tools like Yoast SEO can automatically generate a sitemap for you, making your life a whole lot easier.
Music to my ears. Okay, so we've got our keywords, a well-structured site, and a handy sitemap. What's next?
Now for the heart of your website, content.
Content is king, right?
It still is in 2024, but it's not just about churning out words for the sake of it. It needs to be high quality, engaging, and most importantly, aligned with what your audience actually wants to read.
So less about self-promotion and more about providing genuine value.
Exactly. Think about what your audience is struggling with and offer solutions through your content.
Kind of like what we're doing right now, except with delicious vegan recipes instead of SEO tips.
Exactly. And this is where those strategically chosen keywords come in.
Right, but I have a feeling there's a right way and a wrong way to use them.
You're absolutely right. Whatever you do, resist the urge to keyword stuff.
Keyword stuffing, that sounds as appealing as a plate of overcooked vegetables.
It's definitely not a recipe for SEO success. It might be tempting to cram in as many keywords as possible.
Especially when you're excited about a topic.
I get it, but Google sees right through that. It's like trying to fool a food critic with a fancy-looking dish that's actually bland and tasteless.
So how do we use keywords effectively without scaring Google away?
Think about how you'd naturally use those keywords in a conversation. That's the level of naturalness we're aiming for.
Got it. No stuffing allowed, just delicious, naturally incorporated keywords. Speaking of things that should flow smoothly.
Page speed.
Oh, yeah, that's a big one.
Huge. Did you know that almost 70% of consumers admit that page speed influences their willingness to buy from an online retailer?
Seriously, 70%. That many people would abandon their virtual shopping cart because a page is loading too slowly.
It's true. In today's world, speed is everything.
So how do we make sure our website runs like a Formula One car?
Google Page Speed Insights is your new best friend. It analyzes your website and gives you a performance score along with tailored recommendations for improvement.
So it's like having a personal trainer for your website.
Exactly. It helps you identify areas where you can slim down, optimize, and speed things up.
I'm here for it. So we're talking speed user experience. What about mobile optimization?
Oh, that's another big one that's super important, especially for new websites.
Because everyone and their grandma is glued to their phones these days.
Exactly. And Google knows this. In
Yeah.
fact, they prioritize the mobile version of your website when it comes to ranking.
So if my website looks amazing on a desktop, but is clunky and impossible to navigate on a phone,
You're in trouble.
got it. Mobile optimization is a must. So to be super clear, even if I have the most stunning desktop site, if it looks terrible on my phone,
Google is going to notice, and it's going to hurt your rankings.
no waving goodbye to those top spots for us. Our website needs to look amazing and work seamlessly on every device.
Precisely. It's all about creating a smooth and enjoyable experience for everyone, no matter how they're accessing your site.
Okay, that makes total sense. So we've covered keyword site structure content that wouldn't dare dream of keyword stuffing, page speed, and mobile optimization. Is there anything else lurking in the SEO shadows that we need to be aware of?
There is one more crucial aspect, and it might sound a little intimidating. Technical SEO.
Technical, that word always makes me a little nervous.
I get it. But think of it this way. Technical SEO is all about making sure everything runs smoothly behind the scenes.
Kind of like the inner workings of a well-oiled machine.
Exactly. And Google loves it because it leads to a better user experience.
Okay, I'm listening. What are the key things we should be focusing on?
First and foremost, an SSL certificate.
An SSL certificate. That's the thing that makes that little padlock icon appear in the address bar, right?
Yes, it encrypts your website's data, which is essential for security, especially for a brand new site that needs to build trust.
Got it. Security is key. What else?
Image optimization.
As in making sure my images look amazing.
That too, but I'm
Oh.
talking specifically about using alt text.
Alt text. That's the descriptive text that pops up if an image doesn't load right.
Yes, but it also helps visually impaired visitors access your content with screen readers. And Google uses it to understand your images, which helps with your rankings.
Wow, so many benefits packed in something so small. Anything else?
Make sure you regularly check for and fix broken links or 404 errors.
404 errors, those are the page not found messages that make you want to throw your computer out the window.
Exactly. They frustrate users and they send a signal to Google that your site might be outdated or neglected.
So it's like leaving cobwebs on your storefront.
Exactly. It's all about sending the right signals to both users and search engines.
This is incredibly helpful, but it also feels like a lot to keep track of. Are there any tools that can help us manage all of this SEO goodness?
Absolutely. And the best part, they're completely free.
Free is my favorite price. Tell me more.
Google Analytics and Google Search Console, they're like your SEO sidekicks.
I love a good sidekick. What do they do?
Google Analytics helps you understand user behavior on your website, where your traffic is coming from, what pages are popular, how long people are staying, and so much more.
So it's like having X-ray vision into how people are interacting with my site.
Exactly. And then you have Google Search Console, which gives you a peek behind the curtain of how Google sees your site.
Okay, tell me more about this Google Search Console.
It alerts you to any crawling or indexing issues, shows you which keywords are driving traffic, and helps you understand your site's overall search performance.
These both sound incredibly powerful. But with all this data coming in, it seems like it might be easy to get lost in the numbers.
You're right, it can feel overwhelming. That's where the real magic of SEO happens.
To tell.
It's not about setting it and forgetting it. It's about analyzing the data from these tools and then learning and adapting based on what you find.
So it's an ongoing process, not a one-time thing.
Exactly.
This is all so insightful, but I have a feeling our listeners, just like me, probably have some burning questions about SEO for their new
I
websites.
bet they do. What have you got?
All right, so we've got our keyword game plan, a well-structured website that even Google would approve of, awesome content that doesn't sound like a robot wrote it, and we're making sure our website loads lightning fast on any device. What else do we need to conquer the world of SEO?
Well, now it's time to focus on building up your website's authority.
Authority, huh? Sounds important.
It is. Think of it like building a reputation. You want people to see your website as a trustworthy, incredible source in your niche.
It's like that saying, it takes years to build a reputation and minutes to ruin it, right? Except in this case, it's more like months to build up your website's authority, and Google is watching your every move.
Exactly. And one of the most effective ways to build authority online is through something called backlinks.
Backlinks, those are links from other websites pointing back to yours, right?
You got it. They're like votes of confidence from other websites.
Yeah.
When a reputable website links to your content, it tells Google, hey, this website is valuable, check it out.
Okay, that makes sense. So backlinks are basically like popularity points for your website.
Kind of. But instead of getting likes on a social media post, you're earning links from other websites.
Okay, so backlinks sound like something every website wants. But how do we actually get them, especially for a brand new site? Is there like a secret handshake or something?
I wish it were that easy. But no, it all starts with creating high-quality, valuable content that other websites in your niche would actually want to link to.
So content is still king, even when it comes to backlinks.
Absolutely. You want to create something so good that other websites can't help but share it with their audience.
So how do we do that? What kind of content is backlink worthy?
It could be anything from a comprehensive guide to an infographic packed with fascinating stats to a thought-provoking opinion piece.
So basically anything that's super informative, useful, or entertaining.
Exactly. And one effective way to snag those coveted backlinks is through something called guest posting.
Guest posting, is that like crashing someone else's website party?
Not exactly.
Yeah.
It's actually a very common and mutually beneficial practice. It's where you reach out to other websites in your niche and offer to write a blog post for their site.
Okay, so it's more like a guest appearance than a party crasher.
Exactly. It's a win-win. You get to share your expertise with a new audience, and if they like what they see, they might just link back to your site.
Ooh, I love a good win-win. So we're creating amazing content, reaching out to other websites. Are there other strategies for building those valuable backlinks?
Definitely. Think about creating something so incredibly useful, informative, or entertaining that other websites can't help but link to it.
It's like that viral cat video everyone shares, except instead of a cute cat, it's your amazing website content.
Exactly. But keep in mind that building a strong backlink profile takes time and effort. It's a marathon, not a sprint.
So no shortcuts when it comes to backlinks.
Nope. And remember, quality over quantity. One backlink from a highly authoritative website in your niche is worth more than a dozen backlinks from irrelevant or low-quality sites.
Okay, that makes sense. It's about building those genuine connections and earning those backlinks organically. And speaking of organic, I have a feeling this whole SEO thing is constantly evolving. How can we make sure our strategies are future-proof, especially since the digital world changes faster than I can resist a plate of vegan nachos?
You're absolutely right. SEO is not a one-and-done deal. It's about embracing a mindset of continuous learning and adaptation.
Because Google never sleeps right.
Pretty much.
Mm.
Google is constantly updating its algorithms, which means what worked yesterday might not work tomorrow.
So how do we keep up? It's like trying to hit a moving target.
The best way to stay ahead of the curve is to stay informed. Subscribe to industry blogs and newsletters. Search Engine Land and Moz are great places to start, and follow SEO experts on social media. They're always sharing the latest news and insights.
So it's like having a direct line to Google headquarters minus the security clearance and awkward elevator encounters.
Exactly. And don't be afraid to experiment. Test out different SEO tactics, see what works best for your site, and adjust your strategies accordingly.
So it's all about analyzing, adapting, and optimizing as we go. No resting on our laurels, even after launch.
Exactly. And remember, SEO is a long game. Don't expect to rank #1 overnight. Be patient, stay consistent with your efforts, and focus on creating valuable content that your audience will love.
You've given us so much to think about today. We talked about the importance of keyword research, structuring your site, effectively creating top-notch content, and even optimizing those tiny but mighty meta descriptions. We delved into the world of technical SEO and how to make Google love your website as much as you do. And we even touched on the ever-evolving nature of SEO and how to future-proof your strategies. What else is there to know about SEO?
Well, since you've already done such a great job preparing your new website for a launch, I'd say it's time to shift our focus to what happens after you hit that publish button.
Ugh, the moment of truth. The internet can be a scary place for a brand new website. What should our listeners be prepared for? Okay, so we've prepped our new website for launch, like SEO superheroes. But what happens after we hit that publish button? Does Google just magically find our site and send tons of traffic our way?
If only it were that easy.
Hmm,
Think of it this way. You've just created an amazing new product or service. You wouldn't just put it on a shelf and expect people to find it, right?
definitely not. You've got to get the word out, tell people about it.
Exactly. And it's the same with your website. Just because it's live doesn't mean anyone knows about it yet.
Okay, so how do we spread the word and get those early visitors engaged?
Well, first things first, don't underestimate the power of your existing network.
So tell our friends, family, coworkers, everyone we've ever met.
Exactly. Share it on your social media channels, send out an email to your subscribers, let people know you're officially online.
It's like hosting a launch party, but instead of snacks and decorations,
You have blog posts and landing pages.
I like the way you think. So we're telling everyone we know, but what about reaching a wider audience, those people who haven't heard of us yet?
That's where those social media strategies we talked about earlier come in.
Right, but it's not enough to just post a link and hope for the best, is it?
Definitely not. You need to create engaging content that resonates with your target audience on each platform. Think about what would make someone stop scrolling and click through to your website.
So our social media game plan needs to be just as strategic as our SEO game plan.
Absolutely. Each platform has its own unique vibe and audience.
So we're promoting our site, getting the word out, and crafting those thumb-stopping social media posts. How do we know if any of this is actually working?
That's where our trusty sidekicks, Google Analytics, and Google Search Console come in.
I knew they'd be back. Okay, so we've got our data dashboards fired up. What are we looking for?
Keep a close eye on your website. Traffic. Where's it coming from? What pages are people visiting? How long are they staying on each page?
It's like we're digital detectives looking for clues.
Exactly. These tools give you incredible insights into how people are interacting with your site.
And if we notice something isn't working, like a certain page is getting totally ignored.
Don't panic. It's all part of the process. Use that data to make adjustments. Tweak your strategies and keep refining your approach.
So it's all about analyzing, adapting, and optimizing as we go. No resting on our laurels, even after launch.
Exactly. And remember, SEO is a long game. It's not a sprint, it's a marathon. You got to pace yourself.
No sprinting to the finish line.
Not with SEO. Be patient. Stay consistent with your efforts and focus on creating valuable content that your audience will love. The results will come, but it takes time.
This has been such an eye-opening deep dive. I feel like we've covered so much ground, from those nitty-gritty technical details to the bigger picture of building a thriving online presence.
We really have. But the most important thing is to just get started.
Don't let all the details overwhelm you.
Exactly. Take it one step at a time, celebrate your wins, and never stop learning. The world of SEO is constantly evolving, so embrace the journey and enjoy the ride.
I love that. Well, there you have it. Our deep dive into setting your new site up for SEO success in 2024. We've covered everything from keyword research to post-launch strategies, and I hope you're feeling empowered to tackle it all with confidence.
Remember, we're here to support you every step of the way.